So namaste, so everyone. Today's topic is Buddhism and Jainism. The next topic which is given in your book. Okay. Now, while studying about the Astika and Nastika, I told that in our Indian philosophy there are in all 9 darshanas. Out of the 9 darshanas, 6 darshanas are Astik and 3 darshanas are Nastik. Okay. So all of you know those 6 darshanas which are Astik. Okay. What are those 6 darshanas? Nyaya. Yes, anybody else can help? I think probably Snehal and Swan can help. Yeah.
Yes,
Nyaya.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Nyaya, Vaisheshika, they are like they form a
Samana Tantra. Okay. Nyaya Vaisheshika. Then comes the Sankhya and Yoga.
yoga.
They are Samana Tantra. Okay. And then the third pair is
Purva Mimamsa
and Uttara Mimamsa.
or Vedanta.
Yeah, Purva Mimamsa is, you can call it as Mimamsa, and Uttara Mimamsa, they also call it as Vedanta. Okay. So there are 3 pairs, that is in all 6 Astika Darshana. Astika means they believe in the authority of the Veda. And Nastik means they do not believe in the authority of the Vedas. So this Buddhism, so there are 3 Nastika darshanas: Buddhism, Jainism and Charvaka. Now out of these 3 darshanas, Buddhism and Jainism, although they are Nastik, they don't believe in the authority of the Vedas. In fact, they don't believe in there's something called as Atma also. They only believe in karma. So Buddhism and Jainism are very scientific in nature. Okay, scientific in nature. Whereas Charvaka, also they were very popular at one point of time, but the other darshanas don't consider them as a darshana at all, philosophy at all. Okay, that reason I explained during that last presentation I had explained to you. So these are the 3 Nastika system. Okay. So now today we are going to discuss about only Buddhism and Jainism, which is there in your syllabus. We'll be discussing about that. Now Buddhism, we know, was started by Jainism and Buddhism. This Jainism was started around the 7th century BC, and it was founded by Vardhaman Mahavir. Okay. Now this Vardhaman Mahavir, he and what that has got to do with the yoga? They follow a book called Yoga Bindu, and that was written by a great yogi, Haribhadra Suri. Okay. Now, the story of Siddhartha, you all may be knowing that story. He was, he was seeing that why people are suffering. He had that question in his mind. Okay. So one fine day he left his family just to find out the answers to all the questions. Okay. So he was the founder. In Jainism, we have they don't have any god or deity as such. They believe only in their gurus. That is, they are called Tirthankars. Tirthankar. Okay. The first one was Rishabhadev, and the last one, the 24th one, being this Mahavir. So during this this Mahavir only, it was given a proper form and it was put it systematically. So they say that Mahavir, he was the founder of Jainism. Okay. And here, according to this book, see, yoga is a wish fulfilling tree. Now we know about Kalpa Vriksha. Okay, Kalpa Vriksha, the meaning is that Vriksha which fulfills all your wishes. That is called Kalpa Vriksha. And it also believes that end result is supreme. They call this as supreme wish granting jewel. That is, it is called as Chintamani. Chintamani. Okay, it is like a jewel. Jewel as in we cannot relate it with our material jewel. That jewel is for them that final stage, that is Kevali Gyan. So it's relating with that. So here the highest stages in this Jaina sadhana is Kevali Gyan. Like what is the highest stage in Sankhya, Yoga and all? The highest stages?
Liberation or moksha.
Moksha, yeah. Moksha, but in, they call it as Kaivalya in Sankhya and Yoga, they call it as Kaivalya. That same moksha, if you come to this Vedanta, they call it moksha, mukti. They use such words. Okay. Whereas in Sankhya and, in Nyaya and Vaisheshika, they call it as Apavarga. So in different, what do you call, in different philosophy, Darshana, they use different words. Okay. So here the highest stages of sadhana is Kevali Jnana, out of which they will get that moksha, freedom. Their basic idea is freedom from pain and sorrow. That is their idea of what do you call moksha. Moksha or nirvana or what they call. So similarly, Buddhism around 5th century BC, I said this is these are all rough dates. They all are offshoots of Hinduism, and they all came up more or less during the same. Okay, now it was around 5th century, and it was founded by Gautam Buddha. Okay, now here what are the sadhana, like how you have say Ashtanga Yoga, right? So similarly in Buddhism also they have certain sadhana, they have certain practice. Okay, so those practices are called Shila, Samadhi and Panna. These three are sadhanas to attain. Here Mukti is called as Nirvana. Okay, Nirvana. So these are the three means, practices. Like how I said in Vedanta, how Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, how he has told the three things. Any sadhaka, what the three things in Jnana Yoga is, how we should, what should be the three things?
Shravana, Manana,
yes.
and
Nididhyasana.
Yes, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So these were told by Adi Shankara. And that is for what? For Vedanta. And Vedanta again is for Jnana Yoga. For Jnana Yoga, people refer to Vedanta. So his version became very popular. It's very posh and very sophisticated. And so people did not pay attention to because the time was such. He had to pull the people's attention back. Otherwise, what people used to do for each and everything, chalo, we'll do this sacrifice. But animal sacrifice was very rampant. And it is true. It is given in the Vedas that if you do this sacrifice, you will get this benefit. That's fine. But you cannot go around rampantly killing animals and say for this sacrifice you will get. So just to bring your people's attention back. So he started all that. He gave his bhashyas, his commentary on the various Upanishads. Then people started taking interest in that Jnana Yoga. So that used to be, they used to treat it as something very sophisticated. So that time. But at the same time, there were other people, Santa, who used to follow Bhakti Yoga. So people used to follow that also. Now here, in Buddhism, I told you, it is only scientific. It depends on karma. Karma and only karma. Okay. So Shila, Samadhi, Panna. This is the sadhana for Buddhism. In Buddhism, it is suggested to attain nirvana. Now, what is this Shila, Samadhi, and Panna? Just remember the 3 words that they are related to Buddhism. Okay? Otherwise, you should not confuse with that Jnana Yoga and this everything. You should not confuse. So, these 3 are similar to Yama Niyama. Some of Yama Niyama will appear in that. See, you have seen the beauty. Everybody, they are falling back on Yoga Sutra. Yama Niyama is also mentioned in Yoga Sutra, right? So we'll keep Yoga Sutra as the base and then we'll study the. Okay. So Yama Niyama, then Dharana and Dhyana. Okay. So Shila, Samadhi, as Panna and Samadhi. Okay. And also this final stage here in Buddhism, it is similar to the Asampragyata Samadhi. That is in which both Dharma Mega Samadhi comes and finally Nirbija Samadhi. All that comes under Asampragyata Samadhi of Yoga Sutra. I am talking about Yoga Sutras. Okay? All will understand. When you learn Yoga Sutras, though, when you complete that first chapter, you will understand. This I am just comparing and telling you. Okay. Now, here in, let's come to Jainism. Okay. So, in Jainism, they have come up with something called as Saptabhangi Nyaya. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see what is this Saptabhangi Nyaya. Now, this Saptabhangi is
Theory of 7-fold predictions.
yes, theory of 7-fold
Predictions.
yes, predictions.
Predications.
Yes. What that 7 steps say, okay, it is given in your book. What that 7 steps says?
Syad nasti, syad
Yes.
asti nasti,
Yes.
syad asti avastabhya,
Yes.
syad nasti
Yes.
vyaktava.
Yes, it is given in your book, right? Syad. First is Syad, Asti, Nasti. Okay. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of this Syad? Syad, Asti, Nasti. Okay. Now, here we are giving a what do you call multi-dimensional view. This Jainism says that there are only 7 probabilities are there. If you take any one event into consideration, there are 7 different probabilities. Now, what is the meaning of that word Syad? It's like you compare it with the Hindi word Shayad. Okay? You compare it with the Hindi word Shayad. Shayad means maybe. Okay? So, Asti. Asti means existence. Okay? Asti means existence. Correct. So, what are the 7 possible things we will see now? Okay. Now, these statements, this Asti and Syad, Asti, Nasti, all these different statements. Okay, 1 second. I did something wrong, I think. Okay. Now all these different statements. So Syad Asti. Syad Asti means maybe it is existing. Okay. Maybe it is existing. Now let's see what is this maybe it is existing. I'll just take for example one what do you call, take for example one take for example just one tree. Okay, tree. Okay, Shad Asti. Asti means that tree, it is there in your backyard. Okay, it's there in your backyard and you're looking at it. Shad Asti means it is existing. Okay, it is existing. Now the second one is possibilities. Shad Nasti. Nasti means it is not existing. Shad Nasti. It is not existing. Okay. Now, that tree is, when will it not exist? See, the tree is there in the same place. Okay, the tree in the backyard, it is there in the same place. But when will it not exist? For example, you close your eyes. Okay, you close your eyes. Now, will the tree exist for you? A blind man is there, standing there. Will the tree exist for that person? Whatever, however you describe the tree, however you say, he will always say that tree is not existing. Okay? This is Shad Nasti. Okay. For that blind man. Okay. Now the second one is Shad, Asti and Nasti. Okay. Nasti is not existing. Now what is the meaning of Shad, Asti, Nasti? Okay. That means it may be there or it may not be there. Everything is for the same single event. May be there or may not be there. If you don't see, it doesn't exist. Why all are not getting freedom? Why all are not getting moksha? Huh? Only some very few yogis are getting. Huh? We are not getting. No, why? Nasti. We know that it is existing. The jiva is existing, but we are not aware of it. So Shad,
Ma'am, we
Asti,
can take the example of atom.
yes.
Atoms are there, but we cannot see with our bare eyes, no?
Yes. Yes. So Asti, Nasti. But at least you can watch it under some microscope or something like that. No? A microscope or micro. We have some, nowadays you have specialized, microscopes to see all that. Atom. But this jiva, no, you're not able to see. So for us, Nasti, but same thing for other person, Asti. So, Shad, Asti, Nasti. Or why? We are so preoccupied in our world, that we are not able to see it. So that's what he's saying. So Shad, Asti and Nasti. Now, the fourth possibility is Shad, Avyakta. Okay, Asti means existence, Nasti means not existence. Okay, Shad, Avyakta. Shad, you know the meaning. Avyakta means you cannot describe it. Avyakta. Okay. Shad, Avyakta. Acha. Now, suppose you know that jiva is existing. You are aware now. You have learned and you have gone to some guru. But can you describe it? No, you cannot describe.
Now, Samadhi stage also we cannot describe.
Yes. How can I describe of something? I'm aware it is there, but I have not seen. So how can I describe something of what? Only I'm aware of it, but I cannot see it. Right? So, in that case, the possibility will be syad avyaktya. Okay? Means go back to the same tree which is in your backyard. Huh? The tree is there, but I'm unable to speak about the tree because I'm not there. See, that is there in my backyard and I have seen it. Okay, it is there in my backyard, but you have not seen that tree, no? Say, for example, you are not aware of that word tree at all. Okay, just for example, I'm saying you are not aware, and that tree is in my backyard, and I'm going on explaining. It has a branch, bark of the tree, trunk of the tree. It has branch like this. What? No, it is not. You will argue with me saying that no, tree cannot be like that. Similarly, now they do all silly arguments they do, na? Because they are not aware of it. They do silly arguments, right? Many people. Hey, Atma kya hota hai? Jiva kya hota hai? Like that, they go on arguing. Right? So even if I explain to you about the tree, which is in my backyard, similarly, that yogi who has experienced that, he is trying to explain. But we will see, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Okay, so syad avyaktya. It is there, but it is indescribable, undescribable. Okay. Now, syad asti. Sorry, this one is that syad asti avyaktya. Okay. Here syad. This is only syad avyaktya. Avyakta means undescribable. We do not know about that object. Whereas Syad asti avyaktya means asti. I told you, no, the meaning of asti is existence. It is existing. Avyaktya means you cannot describe it. That case of yogi which I spoke just now, no? Syad asti avyaktya. He is saying it is existing, but it cannot be described unless and until we come to know about the existence. We experience the existence. Okay. Syad asti avyaktya. Okay. Then syad nasti avyaktya. Nasti. Nasti means it is not existing and it cannot be described. Okay. Now, again go back to that tree, same tree, which was there in your backyard. My backyard. Okay. So that same tree is the same. But when I was standing in the backyard, my backyard, I could see the tree. Okay? That mango tree. What? Okay. Now, see, mango tree and all, it takes around 30 years, 40 years to become a tree. Right? Our grandfather, they will sow the mango tree, then our children, grandchildren will get that fruit. So it takes 30 years, some odd. Okay. Now, in the past, was that mango tree existing? Now you tell me. It was not existing. Yeah. Now it is existing. Correct? Acha. Now, can you tell me in the future, will that tree continue to exist?
We cannot
it will
say
be there for many years together. It will be there. Not like it won't be there. But how long it will be there? Right? So, it is existing now in the present. Present, it is existing. Uska past kya tha? Okay, 30 years it has been existing, but before 30 years it was not existing. And after 100 years, 200 years, we don't know whether it will exist. That means only its existence is in the present. Okay. So, syad nasti syad nasti avyakta. So, in the past, before 40 years, when it was not existing, How can you describe something which is not existing? You cannot describe like that, no? Syad, nasti, avyakti. Okay? It is an unknown object, right? So we cannot speak about the existence of unknown. Now, Syad, asti, nasti, avyakti. Okay? Syad, asti, nasti, nasti, avyakti. Syad means maybe it is existing, maybe it is not existing, and maybe it is undescribable. Okay. Now, as I said just now, the tree is existing now. Okay. It might not have existed in the past. Okay. Now, how will I come to know at present? Again, let's take this example of the same tree. Again, at present, I'm standing in the backyard and I'm looking at the tree. Okay. I'm standing in the backyard and looking at the tree. Okay. Now, now I go out from the backyard. Okay. To the front door. Okay. When I go from the backyard to the front door, now that became my past. Okay. That became my past. Okay. That 5 minutes before where I was standing, it became my past. Correct? At that time, Chad, Asti, Nasti. Maybe it is existing and maybe it is not existing. Okay. And you still go further down that lane. After coming out of the lane, you go still further down. And when you reach the gate, out of the gate also you go. Then what will happen? That will become future. Future from where? Where I was standing in the backyard. And after I came out of the gate and going far, that will become the future. Acha, from that point, can I see the tree? See, the tree is in the same place. Okay, tree is in the same place. But now this has become, compared to that, that has become the future of existence of the tree. So from there, the tree is in the same place, but I cannot see that tree. So I will say it is not existing. I'm so sorry. Okay. So these are the 7 possibilities. Okay. So this is called Sapta. This is as per Jainism, Saptabhangi Naya theory. Okay. Saptabhangi Naya theory. Okay. Now, let's go back to our Buddhism. Okay. Let's go back to our Buddhism. Yeah. Now, here, as I said, this Buddhism, it begins by saying that life is full of pain and misery. So their first principle in Arya Satya. These are the 4 Arya Satya which Gautam Buddha put forward. He says that life is full of pain and misery. Okay. That is dukkha. The second Satya is, if that life is full of dukkha, then there is always a cause for that dukkha. Without cause, there will not be any dukkha.
Dukkha samudaya.
Hanji?
Dukkha samudaya.
Yes, yes. That is called as, first is dukkha, second is dukkha samudaya. Dukkha samudaya. So, there is a cause. Otherwise, without the cause, we will not suffer. What is that cause? We will see at the end. Okay. Then the third, it says, it is asking a question. Okay. There is a cause for the suffering. Okay. then can we eradicate that suffering? That will be the third question. So the third question, eradicate, yes, it is possible to eradicate the suffering. Okay, so dukkha samudaya. Okay, sorry, dukkha nirodha. Okay,
Yeah.
dukkha samudaya.
Third one, dukkha nirodha.
Dukkha nirodha. Third one is dukkha nirodha. Means
Fourth
there is
one,
nirodha means you have already learnt in Yoga Sutra. No, nirodha means stop.
prevention.
Prevention. So you can stop. Okay. So then the fourth question will be, then what is that path? See, you're saying that you can stop the suffering. Okay. Then what is that path? That path is dukkha nirodha marga. Okay. Dukkha nirodha marga. That is the. So these are the four
Noble truths of the
noble
Buddhism.
truth, or you can say four Arya Satya. Okay. Now, this you can use it in your application, which is again given in the Yoga Sutras. Heyam Dukkham Anagat. So you can, it is given in the sadhan path, the second path. So you can just relate it with that, and then you can. Okay. So this you can use for your therapy or for your application. Whichever part of your life you can apply this. Okay. Now, what is that heyam? Same. How you can relate and learn. Heyam. Heyam means symptoms, cause. Sorry, symptoms of misery. You can see the misery in front of you. Key symptoms. Hetu. Hetu means, Hetu is cause. See, if the symptoms are there, see, you take for any disease also. No. You can see the symptoms. For example, I had a very bad cold and cough. I could not speak also on Friday. The voice was not coming out. So that is a symptom. Okay. So what was the cause? Maybe sudden change in weather or something. Or another cause can be, oh, maybe I had something cold. Whatever. What is the reason? Okay, for me, it was sudden change in weather and I couldn't take it. Okay. So, heyam, hetu, cause. Any cause you can just. Okay. Hanam. Hanam means my goal. My goal is I want to come out of this cold. So, what I did, I started gargling. I took hot water. Sorry, that will be the path. My goal is to come out of this problem. That is my goal. Okay. Now, upaya. Upaya means means to come out of that problem. Then what I did a lot of, what do you call,
Gargling.
yeah, gargling and steaming and whatnot, all that different home remedies which you have, no? That was a upaya. So, heyam, hetu, hanam,
Hanopaya.
upaya. Okay, so this is the 4-step model for which is given in this 4 Arya Satya. Okay, so we can use this model and then. So same thing is mentioned here that life is full of misery. So the truth is we have come into this world. That is why we are suffering. Why we have come into this world? Okay, that is because of our avidya. Avidya. So that jiva is in bondage. So the jiva wants to experience. It is thinking that, the jiva is thinking that I am experiencing. That is the avidya, no? The jiva is thinking that I am experiencing. Then for experiencing, it needs jnanendriya, karmendriya, sharir, all that it needs. So, So the main idea is this: we have to come out of this suffering. And what is happiness? Happiness is when sorrow is not there. It is just like day and night. Day is what? Absence of day. I'm sorry. What is night? Absence of the sunlight. When there is absence of sunlight, then you call it as night. Correct? Yeah. But this is so similarly, happiness is because there is no sorrow. So what is that? A life. One moment there is dukkha and one moment there is sukha. Sukha, I mean. Dukkha and sukha. So it is momentary. Momentary. So he came up with the theory of momentariness. Acha.
Kshanikavada.
Haji?
Kshanikavada.
Kshanikvad. That is called as theory of momentariness is called as Kshanikvad. One moment, similarly, you look at your breath. Watch your breath. Close your eyes, and if you watch your breath, the breath is which is coming in now and leaving. Correct? Again, the next breath is coming. Even the breath is changing. The moment that breath leaves, continuously, it is in continuity. So you feel that breath is one. Right? So otherwise, every breath is a new breath. So that is why for every breath, we can say that we are living a new life. Even you sit and watch the waves of the river. When you sit and watch the waves of the river, when you watch the river, it is flowing continuously, right? So you don't come to know only. One water is flowing, then behind another strip of water is coming. You feel full water is same. But if you watch it with awareness, you will realize that each flow is different. One flow has come and then the next flow of water and then that you need to meditate on that river. You need to meditate on the wave just to come to know that each wave is different. It comes towards the shore and it goes back and immediately the next row of wave is coming. Okay. So this theory, the Kshanikvada theory is there. So Gautam Buddha has explained three things in that. Okay. What are those three things? One is Anityava. Anitya. Anitya means impermanent. Everything in this world is impermanent. Okay. Anitya. Dukkha. Yes, suffering is always there. Even in that happiness, though, behind that also there will be some suffering. See, for example, you buy a new car. Okay. And as usual, new car means we just get excited and we always keep, taking care of the car. We shine it, we clean it. Okay. And you go for a drive. Okay. Now, while you are coming back from the drive, you have driven correctly. You are on the correct path only. But from the side, one young fellow on a bike, the wrong direction is coming and he just scratched on your car. Now, what is this? This is sukha or dukkha? You are happy about that car. You are still inside the same car for which you are feeling very happy about. एक हल्का सा scratch लग गया and it's the end of the world. How can you? That fellow, he came on the bike and he went away also far off. We don't even know where that guy went. And we are still grumbling, dukkha. How dare he do that? How can he do this to my car? My brand new car. I have spent all my savings. No, you keep. That is dukkha, no? So, one is anitya, second is dukkha, and the third is anatma. Anatma, it does not believe in the concept called as Atma. That's why we call it as Nastik, no? Doesn't believe in Vedas. So that is why we call it as Nastika. So these three things you should remember: Anitya, Dukkha, and the third is Anatma. Anitya, Dukkha, and Anatma. Okay. Now, origin of suffering. We were talking about origin of suffering.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, there is a Preksha meditation. Can you explain that in Jainism?
Yes. That is, I'll come after this. No?
Okay.
See, first we talked about Shaptabhangi theory, correct? Yeah, now we are talking about Buddhism. Huh?
Yeah.
Again, we'll go back to Preksha there. Don't worry. Okay, now origin, we'll talk about the origin of suffering. Okay, now just like, see, all these are, I think, we have taken inspiration from Yoga Sutra. Because many concepts are, you will feel they are very similar. Okay, so both this Patanjali Sutras and Buddhism. In Patanjali Sutra also we said avidya, no? Avidya is the cause of suffering.
Ignorance is the root cause of all the sufferings.
Yes. Okay, I put my earphones, I don't know where it is. Okay, so here also they believe avidya is the root cause of sorrow and suffering. Okay. Now, what Buddhism? Now we are not concerned about Yoga Sutra. Now, Buddhism says we are not able to understand those three principles. Or what are the three principles? Anitya. This whole world is impermanent. आज है कल नहीं रहेगा. We know it, but we are not aware. We are not fully aware of it. Okay, that is, it's not that we don't know it. Okay? Anitya, and the second is dukkha and anatma. So we are not accepting only. That is why the dukkha is coming to us again and again, and that's why we are suffering again. We are being born again. Anatma. Achha, in anatma, here it's anatma is without atma. They don't believe in atma. So what they say is it's just a same theory. Okay, they just say if you have to light a flame, okay, flame can come into existence only if you have that diya, no, that diya ka jo diya you need, okay, and you need oil, okay, and you need that vata, that thread which you keep, no, to light. So only if, because of these three things, then only flame can come into existence. Okay, so that is why they are saying that jiva is there. Okay, because the jiva is existence is there, then it has to experience, as I said, no, usko anubhav milna hai, experience milna hai. That is why body, then body comes into existence, then mind, buddhi, ego, ahankar, all this come into existence. That much is only their explanation.
Ma'am, Anatma, Deha Buddhi is more.
Anji?
In Anatma, they give importance to Deha Buddhi more.
Yes, Deha Buddhi. But that is their explanation. Bas, yahi hai, iske aage kuch. Okay, they will not say Atma, then Atma is has to join with Paramatma. Like that, they will not say anything here. In Buddhism, they will not say anything. Okay. So now our goal is to do dukkha nirodha. So that means if we have to do dukkha, that is our goal that we have to keep in our mind. We have to do this dukkha nirodha because our ultimate goal is nirvana. That is the reason. Because if you do dukkha nirodha, what will happen if you do dukkha nirodha? Means that cause of the suffering only you have removed. Okay. The cause because of which we are suffering. Now, what is the cause of the suffering? That is avidya.
Ignorance. Yeah.
Ignorance, avidya. तो अविद्या को ही निकाल दिया, फिर हम कैसे वापस आएंगे? How will we take birth again and again? So you have removed the cause. So the ultimate goal is nirvana. That will be our ultimate goal. Now, for achieving nirvana, that dukkha nirodha marga is there. We have to reach that, tranquil stage, that transcendental stage. If you reach, then we are no longer dependent upon the external situation and condition. Okay. Then we can go towards nirvana. Okay. So this is what is there in goal. Dukkha nirodha. We have to go towards nirvana. For that, we have to work towards removing the avidya. Okay. Now, dukkha nirodha marga. Now we are talking about marga. Okay. So he has told about the
Ashtanga
three
marga,
things:
no?
pragya, shila, and samadhi. Okay. Pragya. Pragya is wisdom. Okay. Shila, moral sensitivity, means you can somewhat relate it with yama niyama, moral sensitivity. And the third is samadhi. Samadhi is the meditation stage. Okay. So, once you develop these three things, okay, then you can go towards this eightfold path, Ashtangika Marga. Okay. Yes. Now, Ashtangika Marga, that eightfold path. First is Samyak Drishti. Okay. Normally, we say Drishti means to see. Okay. But here, Drishti means
Perception.
yes, right kind of understanding.
Perception.
You need understanding. Okay. So you will try and understand those things which are conducive to attain this nirvana. Okay. You will sit and study and understand those things which are conducive for nirvana. So that is called samyak drishti. And second is samyak sankalpa. Okay. Sankalpa. Sankalpa means thought. Okay. Now you need to
Resolve.
yes, you can say resolve, or you can say it's a thought. You need to understand you need to think in that direction to go towards, because that was our goal, no? That's what we said. You need to think only those thoughts.
So detachment to all things.
Attachment
From
to the
material
other things,
objects.
and think only in that direction. And even if you are in that word, you have to do with detachment. Otherwise, you cannot achieve your goal. And samyak vacha. Samyak vacha means the speak. When you speak, always speak the truth. All that also you have learned in Yama, right? Always speak the truth. Samyak vacha. And you speak the truth in such a manner that it doesn't hurt In English, you have one, not a proverb, you have one statement like, it is not what you say, it is how you say. Otherwise, people will tell, I'm very frank, I speak the truth, and bluntly they will say something which will hurt that other person deeply. That doesn't mean that we should not speak the truth. We have to speak the truth, but in a way it doesn't hurt and it doesn't hurt the other person deeply. Okay? Otherwise, they simply make a statement. What should I do? उनको सच accept करने की हिम्मत नहीं है, तो उसमें मैं क्या, like that people talk. No? We should not. Unnecessarily, we are creating more and more karmas. We are all yoga teachers. So we have to think in a different aspect, a different level. Yeah. So student comes to you, if they tell I'm not getting result, then what can I do? You're so lazy. You know that person is lazy. But you cannot say it, right? So you have to, what that person will get angry. He will leave you and go to some other teacher. But will it change that person? It's not going to change that person, right? So our responsibility is a little higher, on a higher level. You have to, you're not finding a result. So, okay, I will give you another. That's why we learned yoga, no? Three gunas we have learned. We have to see which guna that person has, and then accordingly we have to speak. Don't say anything. Change the practices. Change the practice so as to change their thinking. Okay, it will come only through practice. The thinking will change only through practice. Nothing. Okay, so yeah, samyak vacha, samyak kriti, or action also. The right kind of action. We are working, our goal is nirvana, but our action is we are entangled in the material world. We keep those kind of friends. We are in those kind of group. Those are constantly gossiping and other things. How our actions will change? Our actions also will be like that. Samyak kriti, samyak action, you are right.
Ma'am, it's like sadhak tattva, badhak tattva of this.
Yes, yes, somewhat similar. But all that came after this, that time frame you should remember. That was around 10th century, 14th century. These are all BC. Okay, so you should. Yeah, but that's good. You are relating and remembering because you have learned that first, because it is more connecting with your yoga practices. No? So, yes, Samyak Kriti and Samyak Ajivan. Now, the livelihood. We are all, again, yoga teachers example, you all can relate. So, I will take that example of yoga teachers. We all know we never fool people. Huh? If some cancer patient comes, will we tell, "Aap yoga karo, yoga se cancer dur ho jaye." Can we say like this? Some people make big claims. That means they are not true yoga teachers. Yeah, ye karne se wo, I'm not the example of cancer. Anything, anybody who wants weight loss, आप ये follow करो 10 दिन में आपका weight loss हो. But how sustainable that is? No, after 15 days, again when he puts on weight and he will blame you. अरे मैडम आपने तो बोला था weight loss हो जाएगा, नहीं हुआ. Well, we should be honest and truthful to our livelihood. We can, I know we are living in this material world, we are charging fees. But in that also we can have a...
Ma'am, we can take the niyamas of the Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes.
Actions.
Niyamas. What are in the niyamas? Niyamas, I don't think so. It will come. Yeah, in that, here we are talking about Ajivan, livelihood. Whereas in that you have Shaucha Santosha. Shaucha is an action, but Santosha is a state of mind. Okay, you can call it an action also. Okay, Shaucha, Santosha. Okay. Tapaha. Tapaha is it's an action of controlling your senses. Okay. So that's cannot compare that. Okay. Ajivan. Right livelihood, Samyak Ajivan. Okay. Right effort, Samyak Vyaya. Now you can say, you can connect this with your niyama. Not exactly niyama, because tapaha, swadhyaya, ishwar, pranidhana comes as a part of niyama. So you can say, okay, right effort we have to put to. So what he has told, Patanjali Muni for in Kriya Yoga, tapaha, swadhyaya, ishwara, pranidhana. All that is an effort. Okay, so that kind of an effort. I'm not saying that you should do that here. I'm just comparing it, telling you. Also, Samyak Vyayam. So you need to put the right effort to go in that direction of Nirvana. Okay? Go in the direction of Nirvana. Okay. Now, right mindfulness. Yeah. Samyak Smriti. Now, you will say Smriti means what do you call memory. Correct? Smriti is memory. Now, here, whatever effort you're putting, whatever effort, you should do it with mindfulness, with full awareness. Mindfulness, you can say another word as awareness. Whatever effort you're putting. So you have to do it with full awareness. And then comes Samyak Samadhi. Then finally, you can meditate on that. So this is called Ashtangika Marga. That is Ashtanga Marga, not Ashtangika. Ashtanga Marga. Okay. Now, if you do this, this first two, Samyak Drishti and Samyak Sankalpa, it helps in developing our Prajna. Pragya is wisdom. It is, you can relate it, right? Samyak Drishti, Samyak Sankalpa. When you do that, you can work towards Pragya. Okay? Pragya. And the next three helps in the development of Sheela. What are the next three? Samyak Vacha, Samyak Kriti, and Samyak Ajivan. All these three. This will help in the development of Sheela. Right? Now this you can relate with Yama, correct? That Vacha and all, you can relate it with Yama. Right. So that Sheela, moral sensitivity. And the last three helps in the meditation. What is the last three? Samyak Ajivan, Samyak Vyayam. I'm sorry, last three. Samyak Vyayam, Samyak Smriti, and Samyak Samadhi. All these three help in attaining, reaching the stage of Samadhi. That is why he has given this Ashtanga Marga, to reach this Samadhi state. Okay. Now let's come to this Preksha Dhyana. Now this was for Buddhism.
For reaching Nirvana.
Yes, to reach. I told you, no, our goal is to reach Nirvana. And the last one was Dukkha Nirodha Marga, the Marga to reach that Nirvana. So this is that Marga. And these 8 steps, Ashtanga Marga, helps in doing this. Prajna, Sheela, Samadhi. It will help us to go to Nirvana, reach Nirvana. Okay. Now here, Preksha Dhyana. This last one, just finish it, then we are done. Okay, Preksha Dhyana. The root word is Iksha. Iksha means to see.
You can complete it, Saraswati. चालेल ना? Snail,
Yes.
Snail, please cooperate. Saraswati is a very busy lecturer and very busy, very busy. So उसको मिलना बहुत difficult है.
Recording children's. Okay. Iksha means to see. Okay. Now, to see means what? Not with the eyes. We are turning inwards and then seeing. That is the principle of any meditation. Okay? Principle of any meditation. Now, here there are basically 7 steps. Okay? Now, each step is a kind of yoga in itself. Each of the steps. Okay? Sometimes you have a set of preliminary exercises, and the next stage they may ask you to chant some mantra, and then you have to take sankalpa, like that. Okay? In different stages, the practices you have to do different practices. Now, here the main aim is to purify our mental state. Again, same thing in Yoga Sutra also. Yoga chitta vritti vinodaha. It's a mental state, no? From mind to no mind. Right? But for that you have to purify. Then only from mind to no mind you can go. Now, here the main aim is to purify your mental state, establish peace, balance, and an overall well-being in our life. Okay. So normally what do they do? See, this Preksha meditation is for Jainism. Okay? It starts with the chanting of Arham. That is there, like how we have Om, we say, no? In Yoga Sutras. They say, no, Om is a Purusha Vishesha Ishvara. So you have to do chanting on Om. Right? So similarly, in Jaina, they say Arham. So before beginning any practice, you have to chant this Arham 9 times. Like how Om purifies the mind, no? Like that, they are saying Arham purifies the mind. Okay. Now, in this, I said there are steps, different steps. The first step is Kayot Sarga. In Kayot Sarga, you cannot say it is a Shavasana. It is just.
Shitil karna.
Haji?
Shitil karna, no?
Yes, Shitil karna. That is the right word. You have to do deep relaxation with full awareness. Any kind of yoga you go, awareness is the key. Otherwise, what we think the meaning of yoga? Meaning of yoga means we'll do Pavan Muktasan, Tadasan, Shalvasan, and we'll do 4 pranaya, and then we'll do Shavak. Normally, we think that is yoga, right? Yoga means awareness. Okay, with full awareness, you have to do Kayot Sarga. You have to watch every part of your body and relax. Okay, then
Ma'am, in
after
Yoga
relaxing-
Nidra also we had to
yes,
awareness of and each and every part of our
yes, yes. In Yoga
नंतर
Nidra
विचार
also.
नंतर विचार जरा प्लीज रेकॉर्डिंग
Kayot-
झालं प्लीज नंतर विचार
Kayot Sarga. The Antar Yatra, now after relaxing, only you can do this Antar Yatra. Means journey within. What sensation you are getting in which part of the body, what sensation you are getting. That you will know only if you do Kayot Sarga properly. Okay? Antar Yatra. The next is Shwasa Preksha. Now here we are talking of awareness. Okay? So awareness of the body, awareness of within the body, what sensation you're getting. When you are aware of these sensations, then sorry, first relaxation, then journey within, and then perception of your breath. And then only you will do Sharira Preksha, perception of your body. Okay. Like how you do it before meditation, after prayer and all, concentrate on your breathing. Watch your breathing. The breath is coming in and going out. Correct? Like that we do, no? After the prayer. So that is actually perception of your breath. Then you have to do perception of your body. Okay? Yes. Then you can say the third stage is Chaitanya Kendra Preksha. Okay. Now you can say, now you will think of the chakras when I speak about all this, no? Chaitanya Kendra, Chaitanya awareness. Awareness of the different psychic centers means, you can say in our yoga bhasha, you can say like the chakras. Like that. Okay. So the first is Shakti Kendra. Shakti Kendra, concentrate on your Kundalini energy. Okay, become aware that it is existing. Okay, the second is Swasthya Kendra. That is slightly from the bottom. Just compare it. I'm comparing with those chakras. Here they are using the name of the glands, that particular endocrine glands. Okay, slightly up, gonads. Okay, the third is
Usha, mute kara, please.
Taijasa Kendra. Okay, what is this Taijasa Kendra? In the navel area. In the navel area, you have which chakra? Swadhisthana, then after Swadhisthana, Manipur. But again, they are saying only navel area. They have not, we are not speaking of that word chakra and all. Okay, Taijasa Kendra. And adrenaline glands. Okay, adrenaline gland you will find near the kidney. Right, on top of the kidney, two small poles, you know, on the top of the kidney. Okay, so Taijasa. Ananda Kendra means come slightly up towards the heart. Actually speaking, it is Anahata Chakra, but they have mentioned around the heart. Which endocrine gland? Thymus. Thymus is the endocrine gland over. Okay, then comes Vishuddhi Kendra. So they have used the word as Vishuddhi Chakra, they have used the word as Vishuddhi only. So here where? In the throat, which gland? Throat, thyroid. Okay. So we have to do Preksha, awareness on all these. The next one is Darshana Kendra. Darshana, to see. So we can relate it with the eyes. So eyes, which between the eye, it is responsible for intuition. Which gland is there? Here behind, pituitary gland. It's called the master gland. Okay. Pituitary gland is a master gland, no? Yeah. Okay. The Jyoti Kendra. Jyoti Kendra is the forehead and behind. Which gland? Pineal gland. Okay, that pineal gland, that is also responsible for enlightenment. Okay, pineal gland. Okay, now the eighth one is, see, these 8 things are a part of this Chaitanya Kendra. Okay, Jnana Kendra. Jnana Kendra is the top of your head. That is the Sahasrara Chakra. Okay, I mean, we're just comparing and learning Sahasrara Chakra, Jnana Kendra. Okay, then now this Chaitanya Kendra, all these 8 steps are there. Okay, then comes a Leshya Dhyana. Here, they ask you to concentrate on some part and they also connect it with a specific color. And you have to perceive it in that way. Okay, then Anupreksha. Anupreksha means the final stage of meditation. After completing all this, Anu you cannot see. It is even Anu than the breath. Breath at least you can feel. Not see the breath, but at least you can feel. This one you cannot feel. So you have to go into the deep meditation after going through all this. Okay, so this is Preksha Dhyan, but you have to remember only the steps. For level 3, there is nothing much. Okay, only remember the steps. In that also, you remember only the steps. 4 Arya Satyas, the names of Ashtanga Marga. Okay, that's what I said. This I have already explained. Kayu Sarga means give up one's physical comfort, we have to leave. And then abandon everything and then go for relaxation. And then that Kayu Sarga is the most important. Once you get through that, then you can go to the other steps. So I'm done with this. We have completed that Buddhism also.